Okay, we are live.
Okay, thank you, Oleg. So, well, I think I'm gonna start screen sharing straight away, and hope you can see my screen.
Yeah, I was muted. I can see the screen.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So, yeah, I already put some template for the minutes of the meeting today. For now, it's only me and you in the call, and the agenda is like pretty straightforward. We should follow up what we were talking about the last meeting, and actually, I would like to go 2 meetings back because there were some action points on me. And then let's check the status, maybe talk a little about the release candidate that we were planning to release in the middle of July. It didn't happen. We had our reasons, and any new business. There are some issues or pull requests that were created lately. Anything else you would like to add to the agenda, Oleg?
Nothing.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So regarding the follow-up, as I said, I would like to move back to not the last meeting, but the previous one, and there were some action points on me. I would like to briefly go through those. When it comes to Light Notifier, I only made it work with Jenkins configuration as code. I did not touch the JEP 200 compatibility yet. I don't think my PR was merged, but I got in touch with the maintainer, so I don't think we need to take over the plugin. There is no rush when it comes to Light Notifier. It was just something I wanted to do, but I will continue with that. When it comes to closing issues that can be closed, well, partially done, but new issues are appearing, and this is also ongoing. Documentation improvements. There are some PRs, pull requests, both on Jenkins.io and on JCask repository, and so this is happening. Also, today, when I was going through my action points, I realized that I promised to mention this document we're looking at right now, and link to the document in JCask README. And there is a pull request for that you already approved. I think I will wait a couple of hours for anyone else to object. But also, last time I checked, that there was still some checks being run. So, and then there were 2 action points on you, and one I can see you commented that it's done. And what about the local plugin patches? Anything you wanna say about that one? Or?
Yeah. So regarding local patches, I did a major facelift of the plugin. So now the patches can be applied, but I haven't done it yet. But yeah. It's not about adding support, it's trivial. It's about adding test automation. And before doing test automation, yeah, I would rather prefer release candidate to be released.
Okay. Well, this is not loading, so I think we're gonna.
Well, there is not that much inside anyway.
Okay. So I'm gonna take it slow and make notes already. Okay, and then yeah.
Yeah. So regarding my action items, firstly, I finished the JCask compatibility dashboard. It's not something brilliant there, but yeah, it should be good for now. Regarding the wiki page in the current state, it's not really valuable, but it's also published. Yeah, we firstly need to understand how we are going to maintain these pages. Because there are two options. One is JEP 200 maintenance mode, when for every issue we add some description, clarify how to work around it if needed. It's much more useful from user perspective, but it causes a significant maintenance overhead. And another way is, like I did now, we just link Jenkins Jira filter.
Okay, but can you quickly explain, because
okay,
what page about?
Let's. Could you please open the current wiki page? Or just a second, I'll put the links to the document.
Perfect.
Okay. Yes, sorry, I cannot screen share today.
That's okay. I guess we'll manage.
Okay, so this is. Okay, now I got lost in tabs. Okay. So yeah, this is dashboard. Then what? Okay. Yeah, and this is a wiki page. So wiki page, as you may see, it's pretty empty. So yeah, something else we could do is plugins affected by JEP 200. So yeah, you can just compare how they look like.
Okay, so let's start with the Jira.
Okay, nice start. It works for me.
Well,
just a second. Most likely you don't have permission to see the Jira filter. I'm checking it right now.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's always a problem. Okay. JCask compatibility issues. Details. Yeah, it's a filter thing again. Please try again.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it looks like something like that. So we have component, we have some summary, we have released as field and the current resolution status. Yeah, so
you use label JCask compatibility to
right.
get on the dashboard.
Yeah, and if needed, I can add some filtering. So, for example, unresolved issues will go to the top or so. But yeah, it's still complicated because even now you may see that there are some strange things. For example, configuration as code component added to EC2 plugin. So yeah, it impacts user experience, and moreover, it's not exactly clear what to do with that, and it's automatically generated. If you open JEP 200 compatibility, so yeah, if you scroll down, yeah, it's a bit different. So yeah, for each issue there is a description, there is some workarounds if available. But yeah, the problem is that everything you have to manage on your own.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have some spare time to do that, it's cool. But yeah, JEP 200 maintenance is quite time consuming, I'd say.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm actually quite happy with it. I mean, if you're interested in a specific issue, you just go to the issue and there you find more information.
Yeah, right.
So I'm very happy with this dashboard. So
Okay, I will polish it a bit. I'll add some description text, etc. Unfortunately, we don't have so many Jira plugins installed. But yeah, I can improve a look and feel a bit. But yeah, if we agree that this page is generally enough how it looks like, then yeah, I'll stick to that.
Yeah. So the wiki page is just like a
yeah, wiki page is just a redirect to this page. So technically, you can take the entire content of the wiki page and put it to the plugin's README instead, and then we remove this wiki page.
Okay, and then there's in Jenkins configuration as code, there is a PR that or is it already? Is it already approved? Because there was an issue or a PR where I was supposed to put the link in the documentation. Oh, maybe it's an issue. So I can proceed with. Yeah, that one. So you said. Anyway, you're happy with the page right now, and I can continue with this issue.
Yeah, right.
Very good.
So yeah, technically we cannot just add it to documentation, and that's it. Okay, so regarding the rest of the fixes on the weekend, this or previous weekend, I proposed detaching configurator API to a plugin, and here is a moment of frustration for me because I thought we agreed that it's something we are going to do at the meeting. But yeah, then Nicola comes and says that it's not needed. So yeah, effectively, I'm not very happy about that. And I think that Nicola should really start participating in these meetings. Otherwise, we get misconnects.
So the comment would be, how do we say it?
Well,
is that correct or not really?
I'm not sure. We were discussing that we are doing that.
Okay.
But yeah, then Nicola comes and says that he doesn't think it's needed. Then yeah, he takes a bit of my pull request for configuration context, which is really important because configuration context, I think, should have been merged before release candidate. So I'm fine with that. But yeah, the problem is that if I want to recover this pull request now, I will have to spend a lot of time.
Okay.
Again, and yeah, I think that yeah, we should have done a better sync up or whatever.
So would it make sense to organize detaching configurator API plugin, a dedicated meeting without waiting 2 weeks for another office hours?
Well, yeah, we could do that, preferably next week anyway.
Okay, so I will try to organize a meeting.
Yeah, so I will be available to rework it if we decide that we want it. But yeah, I will not be making any such changes until we have discussion, because it's not a good experience for me.
Okay, so let's try to meet the three of us at least. Of course, anyone else can join, and we'll probably make the put the information regarding the meeting in Gitter channel. But I will try to organize find a time that works for all of us and talk. Okay. Anything else regarding that?
Not from me.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have another person on the call.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Jan.
Hey, I'm mostly just here to listen.
Okay. Very good.
Anyway, you're welcome.
Otherwise, I'm listening to it afterwards on the recording anyway, so I might as well join live
But it's nice you joined. So you are doing a lot of tests lately. So like if you want to share, then yeah, we'll see. So actually, the status sync up. I just wanted to go through basically status sync up and release candidate could be one point in the agenda. We are postponing a release candidate for some time, and I don't think it's the end of the world, but it would be nice to have it at some point. And we can also postpone the actual release a little, but not more than 2 weeks. So coming back for a moment to this detaching configurator API plugin discussion that we need, Oleg, do you think that we have to figure that out before release candidate? Again, I know.
No, we can do it later. So yeah, this change will remain binary compatible. It may cause some issues with Docker packaging. You will need to do it carefully, but yeah, it's not a mandatory thing for the release candidate.
Okay, so let's go through the release candidate open issues. We have the NV and HPA run fails to load after one of the issues.
I've described how to work around it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a major problem for us because you cannot use beta annotations for extension points. If I understand correctly, Nicola has reverted my patches, so yeah, you may see the last commit.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, it shouldn't be a problem currently.
Okay.
I mean, in the master branch.
But should we then?
Yeah, it conflicts with 278. This is a problem. So because Nicola removed beta annotation, so it means that now everything is public.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we still can live with that because we will still have a release candidate in the label.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, regarding this thing, I think that this task can be closed. I annotated all APIs, and Nicola has reverted some blocking changes, so it can be just closed.
The 322.
No, 278.
Okay.
Regarding 322, it's rather question to Nicola.
Okay.
So I do not use a Maven HPA run in my development. So yeah, I haven't tested it after patches by Nicola.
Okay, but anyway, 278 can be closed. I want to go through the issue anyway after the meeting, and then I will close.
Okay.
And then this one we keep, but it's us now. There we have actually 2 must-haves only.
Yeah. In 77, I asked for boost feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, it needs document dry mode. That's yes, and I think it's not enough because we still need to invoke dry run mode before we invoke the common mode. Otherwise, this ticket isn't fixed.
Okay, so you mean we have tool, but it's not being used before?
Yeah, right. It's maybe a few code line patch thing, but somebody needs to do that. And as you said, the documentation.
Okay. So yeah, I will try to have a look at that. Maybe I can implement it, but that's something that is a couple of lines of code, maybe. So it is possible to finalize that one relatively soon.
Yeah, right. So it's another question who does that.
Yeah, I'll see. I'll check if I can. So
okay.
and we'll see. And then we have moved several configurators outside of Jenkins elements. This is like super old.
Yeah, I have no idea what's needed to be done there, and I have no idea why it's needed at all.
So I think there was the Mimic UI requirement. We're promoting the plugin with mentioning that it's Mimic UI. That's why we wanted to have, you know, the root configurators kind of relative to what we have under Manage Jenkins page.
Okay.
Okay, since Nicola is mentioning some changes in Jenkins core, I don't think this is something we can easily fix. And then maybe you can explain it to me, Oleg. So we now have some root elements. We have configuration as code. We have Jenkins. We have plugins. We have a number of unclassified. One unclassified contains a lot of different configurators. So we have it like that, and then we release the official version. Can we then change it, or will it be a compatibility issue?
So you can change it because the current design of JCask YAML supports version. So what you will need to do is to create a new version format. And somehow make JCask plugin to support both. Then you can change the format without compatibility issues.
Okay. So I would say I'd like to remove that one from release candidate milestone and just follow up, because it seems like we're what he says, like Nicola says, something if you want to follow this direction. So it seems to me that yeah, I had my reasons for creating the issue, but I'm open to the discussion, and I don't want to like rush a decision regarding that one, especially now if you say that it won't be the end of the world to change it. So
yeah, so it will be still a serious effort to change that, but yeah, it can be done.
Okay. So if we want to have this release candidate, I want to remove it unless you're strongly objects. Okay, I can't hear you objecting, so it's done. I just make a note.
No objections here.
Very good. So where does that leave us? That leaves us with some documentation that needs to be basically approved, and I hope we can do that soon with Jenkins.io. Maybe I can have a quick look.
Yeah. So we need documentation. We need 77, and yeah, that's actually it.
77. That's the one that I said I will look into, right? Very good. Pull requests and Jacob. So my pull request is has passed all checks without.
Okay, I'm taking a look right now. I've commented something, if I recall correctly, but
yeah. Oh, there is this empty line, and then I can remove that empty line. But then, how do we? Can we anyway? We can speed it up, or can we ask?
I don't mind if we keep an empty line if that actually passes.
Yeah.
So not a big deal for me.
Okay, so you added this work in progress label, and did we like remove the label?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, right, I have permissions. So yeah, we have Jenkins configuration code. Have you already put JCask log to the repository?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just a bit surprised that it's on the root level.
What?
Yeah, so if you take a look, it's located in /images/jcask logo.
Yeah, it's a content images JCask logo. I think I put it the same place I found Jenkins X logo.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite surprising to me, but okay.
I can move it, but just needs a comment.
Yeah, the problem that oh yeah, yeah, would rather create a separate directory for JCask and keep all the stuff there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rather minor thing, so that you get your own folder where you can do whatever you need.
So like Blue Ocean has an image folder under projects where the rest of the file is. I have JCask with the doc. Should I put the image there in your opinion?
I would rather create something like /images/projects/jcask and put it there.
So we have images.
Yeah, right.
So here, projects and JCask. Cool. That's so. Let's not remove the label now. I will.
Yeah, right.
Image accordingly, and I will let you know. We'll see if everything passes, and then.
Yeah, right. Regarding the rest, once this image is fixed, I'm ready to integrate that. Everything seems to be fine. So your approach is that you don't create a special interest group for it.
Not for now. Let's start with, was it Cloud Native?
Yeah.
And let's see if it works out, or if it's taking too much time and we need to separate.
Let's see. So far, configuration scope is not announced as a part of the Cloud Native 6 scope.
Oh, isn't it? Okay. Let me just make a note.
Yeah, right. So I'm not against doing it as a part of Cloud Native SIG, but yeah, maybe it needs to be discussed in the Cloud Native SIG.
Yeah. So do you have already some meeting time slot selected for that one, or should we use a mailing list?
Mailing list.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have these regular meetings. We can just add them to Cloud Native SIG umbrella if you want.
Would it be possible for you to start the discussion about making JCask part of this Cloud Native SIG, and maybe during the discussion, before even joining, we'll figure out that it's better to have a separate. But
okay, I can do that.
Thanks. Did I get some link?
It was me.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Okay.
So, I would say release candidates possible next week.
Yeah, I think that with the current scope, if we do 77, over the fence, we can do it at any moment.
Okay.
So yeah, next week is fine.
Very good. And I will update the deadline for that one.
Are we gonna get a new alpha before then, or?
I think so. There were some. There was a number of.
There's been quite a few fixes, and it's about 2 weeks since the last one. So.
Yeah.
So one major fix is about configurator context, because it completely breaks compatibility with all possible external implementations. So we need to get it alpha released.
Yeah. So then I just want to make sure that everything works, and then I can release basically. So it will happen this week then.
So I'm right now on the latest incremental, the 383, and I'm having various problems right now. I can't get it to read my job descriptions. So, but I don't know if that's an weird artifact of that one version.
Did you report it as an issue, or
not yet? I'm trying to debug it right now. Now I found the issue that John Brohag had mentioned, where I can see that there's actually a new syntax for the jobs that you have to put script colon in the YAML. So I just tried to change that, and as far as I can see, it is still failing. So
okay.
Yeah.
So before I
or maybe not. I don't know.
Something, but I will reach out to you regarding issues you have now. If you already have them, then that's great. I can use those.
Yeah, right.
So that's let's see how it goes, and then there are some new issues, and this is something that I was thinking about trying for some time, and I finally found the time for that. So I was either using JCask with MVN HPA run, and it was just using the environment variable very nicely, or I was using Docker, and it was also another case. But yesterday I just installed clean Jenkins on my machine locally, and I just can't find a way to feed it with the location of YAML.
Yeah, right. You still have to set the environment variable, otherwise it doesn't work.
So, but there is like a default one, and that
it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. So
yeah, I've thought that it's as designed behavior, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong. At least on my installation, it also doesn't discover YAMLs until I set them explicitly.
Okay, so this. So we have this default Jenkins YAML pad, and it doesn't work. It should discover the Jenkins YAML in Jenkins home, and this is not working.
Yes, you can check the logic. I think that it's rather about the Jenkins home location.
Okay.
I don't recall. Yeah, I just hit this issue, set the environment variable, and moved on. So probably I should have reported that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but so I'm trying to like recreate the use case that a beginner Jenkins user would have. So let's say it's a Windows or I have my Mac. So I just clicked and it installed Jenkins and it started, and then I thought I set the environment variable, but it kind of like not getting it. So I'm having that's the other problem I have. So either it should work from Jenkins home, it doesn't, and then how to make the environment variable available for this Jenkins.
I think somebody needs to take a look.
Yeah. Okay. But it means I am not missing anything obvious. It's something that has to.
Well, there is still a probability that it's something like YAML versus YUML, but yeah.
Okay.
Maybe this issue is still there.
So I don't consider it as a release candidate stopper because it won't be any like a big change. We'll just add the feature. It would be of course nice to have it, and I will find a way to solve it. But if not, I would still like try to fix it before the actual release. Not postpone release candidate because of that.
Okay. Okay.
Whoa. Okay, this is basically all I had. Oleg, is there anything you would like to talk about during this meeting now?
Nothing specific.
Okay, very good.
So yeah, I guess everything is fine for now. Just need to get it over the fence, and +1 to what Jan said. We need a new alpha release.
I have a quick question now that I have you on the line, because I'm just testing some stuff and seeing a bit of a weird behavior. Maybe you can just tell me that it's us being stupid.
Let's take a look.
We recently split up our Jenkins YAML into multiple files. So we took all the job DSL parts and put those into separate files in a subfolder. And that seems to work fine, and it reads all recursively all the stuff in the subfolders as well. But now that I'm trying to debug why it can't understand my job DSL with the newest incremental builds, I went into it's failing in when it starts up Jenkins. It just comes with a illegal argument exception with a script source implementation not found or something. And then I edited the job files, and it still complained. And I deleted the job file that it's complaining about, and it still complains about it. And I deleted all of the job files that are still complaining. So is it caching something, or do you have any idea of what's going on?
Using the Docker, right?
No, I'm running it in Kubernetes on a maybe that's what's getting me. It might be a mounting issue from what is mounted into. I'm editing it on the virtual machine where I have the files, not in. It might just be the Docker image that is confusing me. I'll dig into it a little bit, and then if I still can't figure it out, I'll report it. So I just wanted to.
I usually end up like removing the volume. Sometimes that mostly volume, and then start like totally fresh. And if that doesn't help, then yeah, that's the time to report an issue. But if you have some ideas what more to test, then please do.
I'll try to exec into the container and see how what's actually in there before I
yeah
clean the plugin. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Okay, well that's all for me then.
Well, thanks for testing.
I'll look forward to new alpha.
Sure, you'll know. The moment it's available, you'll know about it. So it seems that we're like no one else has anything to add, so we can finish the meeting.
Maybe one question I raised is about packaging. So currently your configuration as code plugin has a pretty strange group ID.
Yeah.
So I mean that it uses IO Jenkins configuration as code. but yeah, there is no plugins or whatever in group ID. So I find it a bit confusing.
Yeah, and then there is Nicola comment that he wants to consider it as a top-level project, not just yet another plugin.
Well,
Yeah.
the problem with that, when you have something else added to this group ID, it may become a bit confusing because you have configuration is called group ID and configuration is called artifact ID.
Mm-hmm.
So it means that yeah, if you add something else, then yeah, it's just complicated. So I would rather suggest doing plugins somewhere in the group ID.
Okay, I must admit I'm not like very familiar with how those group ID works, but I mean I understand that it's not we may want it to not be just yet another plugin, but it is a plugin after all. So I wouldn't object against having plugins somewhere in the group's ID. But we can yeah, I will put a comment in the issue.
Yeah, right. So I just need more votes because, yeah, I understand from where Nicola comes. I don't really agree with that, but yeah, I didn't have a chance to discuss it with Nicola so far.
Okay, I will put my comment there. And I mean, this seems like a pretty simple thing, so we should be able to discuss it in.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be even a breaking change.
Okay. So it's something that we don't have to solve before the release. I mean, on the other side, it seems like a pretty straightforward decision.
Yeah, pretty trivial anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, I will in the issue, and hopefully it will be enough to have a discussion there, and we'll figure it out. But I understand it's not just yet another plugin, hopefully, but can't see a reason why we don't have plugins there. It is a plugin after all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else?
I think nothing from me.
Okay. So thank you all for joining, and those of you who listens now or will listen later, thank you also for involvement. And have a nice rest of the week. We're melting here in Copenhagen. Hope we'll survive and talk to you in 2 weeks.
+1. I went to Russia because I thought it's going to be cold there. And now it's 28 degrees as well.
Oh. Well, I'm going to Stockholm tomorrow and it's supposed to be 32. So.
Okay, enjoy.
No comment.
So same with Copenhagen.
I can stop sharing now. And I guess we can stop streaming.
Mm-hmm. Okay.